This is the parish of the Good Shepherd, the Episcopal Church in Waban since 1896. Originally built on ground level, the historic church was raised up a decade after construction so that the common room could be erected underneath. After creating a space where people could gather outside of worship, parishioners soon realized that there was an unintended consequence. Not everyone could access the church. A polio outbreak and injured soldiers returning from the Great War were the first to reveal that this would be a problem that Good Shepherd would need to rectify. In 1916, the parish adopted plans to build a parish house that, among other benefits, would solve the problem of handicapped accessibility. They proposed a 5-phase project ultimately to offer relief to those who had trouble accessing the church. Because of the First World War and the economic collapse of 1929, most were not implemented. After the Second World War, optimism, prosperity, and renewed faith led to the construction of our current parish house, which now houses church offices and Sunday school rooms. At the time when it was built, they ensured that all of the first floor was accessible, but not the second floor or the historic church. For years, we have considered plans and proposals, but none has been successful. With unanimous support of the vestry, we offer a solution to this century-old problem, called angels ascending and descending. In the book of Genesis, Jacob finds himself in a strange and difficult place. On the run from his brother and at odds with those around him, Jacob wrestles with God, receives God's blessing, and changes his name from Jacob to Israel, which means one who wrestled with God. One night, while he sleeps, he has a dream in which he sees angels ascending and descending from heaven, and it is in that dream that he realizes that God is with him and that he belongs to God. He names the place Bethel, meaning house of God, and he concludes that episode in his journey of faith by declaring, "Surely the presence of the Lord is in this place." Angels Ascending and Descending offers us a similar opportunity. It brings those separated from the full offerings of our parish into our midst, allowing everyone access to 100% of the parish, and it strengthens our own journey of faith, reaffirming our commitment to welcome and care for all in need of divine embrace and assurance.
Here you can see a plan showing the entrance level from the outside in the left-hand side of the church. You see a vehicle delivering a person in a wheelchair that then proceeds to the new courtyard between the existing church and the parish wing. From there, one pushes a button for an automatic door to enter a heated vestibule. Once the elevator is summoned, one enters, and from there they can go up to the sanctuary level, exiting into a new lobby with natural light and a skylight overhead. From there they can proceed to the sanctuary. To connect to the parish wing, we're installing a motorized inclined platform which flips up against the wall and then flips down with a safety bar and full ADA commercial compliance to take you up on a sort of like a ski lift from one level to another. What we see in this section drawing is the vertical relationship of these pieces. You see someone entering again from the courtyard after being dropped off through the Gothic canopy into the heated vestibule. Entering the elevator, they go up to the sanctuary level, or they can push the button and go down to the common room level. Here you see in the common room plan the elevator where you exit and you go through the new hallway, which is raised 3.5 feet above the existing boiler room, so we're at the same level as the sanctuary and the ground level of the parish wing. The challenge is how to turn this area into a welcoming, beautiful church architecture for those arriving in a wheelchair or a walker. So what we've done is we have our 100-year-old shingle-style beautiful church to my left, and behind the 1951 sort of arts and crafts stucco. And in order to have the architecture be more ecclesiastical, the new wing that we're building here is going to match the original church. What we're doing is we have to build a heated vestibule to come out of the elevator door. There'll be a motorized door here to open, and then we're going to turn parallel, after coming out parallel to the parish hall behind me, we then have a portico, which is going to be on brackets to cover you as people come in. We're going to design a wonderful stone terrace here so people can ride by car, travel up a curb ramp to this place, enter on parallel to the church, press the door, go inside the vestibule, and then enter the elevator. One of the fascinating things we've done is to match the style of the original church with its shingle, brown shingles, and these beautiful Gothic arch, and we're going to precisely replicate those so that you may think this vestibule was built back in 1895 or 96. In addition, we're going to have in this nice shady courtyard some boxwood surrounding it, a decorative tree, so it can also become a place for someone to take a midday break during the work week or after services gather to come in. And so we have our beautiful entry out on Beacon Street, and the goal is to have a smaller version of that beautiful Gothic arch to well. With my background in historic preservation, I noticed these beautiful Gothic arches were incorporated in the 1951 parish wing. We are going to replicate this identical bracket, so there'll be two of these holding up the new Gothic portico, as I mentioned before, exactly replicating the church architecture. It's a blend of the old 19th century church and the mid-20th century parish hall. I'm now standing on the first floor of the 1951 parish hall. And what we're going to do is, since the elevator is being tucked into this corner, and one will enter, as we discussed, from the courtyard below through a door here, the elevator also will have a door on the back side of the cab. So when you come up to this level, a passenger will exit this way. In order for the handicapped elevator to reach the sanctuary level, we're going to need to raise this floor up 22 inches, the 3 steps that you see in front of you. So we're going to overframe a new floor up to here, and we also have to raise the ceiling above us to get head clearance. So this corner of the parish wing, ceiling and floor is coming up. What we're doing to reconnect to the existing parish hall is rebuilding these 3 steps over here. In order for a wheelchair to go from the sanctuary level down 3 steps to the parish hall level, we're going to have an inclined platform made by Garavanta, which hangs on the wall, flops down, you can roll onto it, it rolls up gently to the raised floor, and there's a safety bar that comes off, and then you get out and you can reconnect to the sanctuary. And how are we going to connect the new handicapped elevator out in the courtyard in the corner of the parish hall to this common room? We're going to take this boiler room door and enlarge it to have sort of a paneled frame around the new hallway. We're going to have an angled hallway, like a normal hallway you see upstairs in the parish hall, come down here, turn on angle to this corner to get into the handicapped elevator in the corner. We are keeping this window up there as a source of natural light. The interesting thing is we have to raise the floor in here to this height, which is 3.5 feet, to be at the common room level. So it's a very interesting sort of puzzle. We are keeping all the equipment down in this corner on its original level. We are picking up, disconnecting all the piping, tucking it into a nice, neat arrangement, and then reconnecting all the piping. So as we raise this equipment room, boiler room floor up 3.5 feet, it's going to come up to this height. So the new elevator threshold is going to be exactly here. One would exit, turn, there'll be a 6-degree radius, and follow the new hallway to the common room. What we also are doing is installing a new elevator machine room in this corner, which is quite complex. The area where you see that wooden horizontal is actually the level of the grade outside, and that is where the door from the courtyard will be. So you enter here, and then the elevator will descend to this level, and you will exit into the new hallway.
This is a noble endeavor that with your help can succeed. Because of the novel coronavirus, we have an opportunity to accomplish this while so many things around us are closed. We also have the hope that when we return to church, all of us might be able to return. We may look back on this pandemic as a time when we righted this wrong together, with God's help.